Well, thank you again for having me here today. Today, I want to talk about something a little different that I don't think we've ever talked to you guys about before, separate from our just general preparedness. That's the role of our local emergency planning committee, or we refer to as our LEPC. So our LEPC plays a critical role in emergency preparedness and response, and it focuses specifically on hazardous materials, all of our hazmat facilities throughout the county. LEPCs are designed to develop emergency response plans for chemical hazards in our community. They ensure that public information is available to residents. That's very important and one of the founding reasons why LEPCs were created. And then as well as to coordinate local government, first responders, and then our industry partners. So a little bit of history. Back in 1984, there was two major industrial incidents that occurred. The first one in India. That incident saw over 1,000 fatalities. It was a chemical release. And then that same year in West Virginia, there was another significant chemical release. That incident resulted in over 100 residents in West Virginia seeking medical attention at hospitals for respiratory issues. Again, a chemical release at a very similar facility. As a result of that, in 1986, Congress passed the Emergency Planning Community Right to Know Act, referred to as EPRA. And as part of that, Title III of the Superfund Amendment and Reauthorization Act, so commonly referred to as SARA Title III. That requires state governments, local governments, tribes, and facilities to establish local emergency preparedness programs in their communities. As a result of that federal legislation, Ohio in 1988 created the ORC Regulations 3750 emergency planning, which subsequently created what we see here in Fairfield County as our local emergency planning committee. Every county in the state of Ohio has a committee like this. Some counties join together depending on their geographical location, but for the most part, every county has their individual. And what's interesting, LEPCs are almost always put together with their emergency management agency, but they're technically a separate board, independent of the emergency management agency. So who's a part of that? So like I briefly mentioned, there's elected officials. The commissioners have a representation on that board. Emergency management, we have representatives from our facilities, our fire, EMS, and all these different functions are required for us to have listed on our board. So Fairfield County's LEPC, we meet biannually to perform those duties of the LEPC. A lot of that is information sharing. So typically we'll have a presentation. We'll meet here with the different facilities that are in our county, talk through issues they may be having, and try to work through those together. We address a lot of compliance issues if we're having any issues with facilities, and we work with our state partners as well at the State Emergency Response Commission, referred to as the CERC, which is our state counterpart to the LEPC. So Fairfield County LEPC annually enacts an administrative agreement with the emergency management agencies to perform the day-to-day duties of the LEPC. Since that committee only meets biannually, we as an emergency management agency perform duties weekly, almost daily, on behalf of the LEPC. Those focus on planning, so some of our different planning documents, ensuring that the facilities are in compliance with all the rules and regulations, coordinating training with the first responders, and our public safety hazmat exercises. So in Fairfield County, we know extremely hazardous substances. So this is the worst of the worst. It's a list predefined by the Ohio EPA, roughly 130-ish chemicals on that list. In Fairfield County, we know that we have at least 38 of those chemicals from 33 different facilities throughout the county. And then hazardous substances, so not as extremely volatile. We know that there's 181 different unique chemicals at 62 facilities in the county. We get all that information from what we refer to as Tier 2 reports. So that's what those facilities are required to report to us annually at our office. And from those substances and those reports, we put together the hazard analysis. So we look at what's the geographical location of that facility if something were to happen. Is there schools, nursing homes we're going to have to evacuate? A lot of pre-planning goes into that. We also do a commodity flow study where we actually sit on the side of the road and we watch and look for vehicles that are traveling through the county with placards on them. So those placards have a unique number on them. It's going to tell us very closely what that chemical is that truck's carrying. So that plan we update every 5 years. We'll be doing that update next year. The chart that you can see on the screen is kind of cool. It is part of that commodity flow study where we look at the traffic flow, the mileage of that roadway, and we can estimate, there's a crazy formula up there at the top that'll tell us what would be the likelihood that we would have a hazardous material accident on that stretch of roadway within a given year. So for instance, we know that on US 33 that runs through Fairfield County, on 1 year, we will have 0.8 hazardous material incidents, which if we look at that tracks, we typically will have some sort of a release every other year on 33 that we respond to with our hazmat team. That could be something simple from a gasoline tank on a truck or something even larger. So some of our planning knowns. This here's a map of all of our facilities located throughout the county. So you can see we have a lot here in Lancaster, and then we have some others that are spread out throughout the county. On the compliance side, so that's where we actually go out into the field and we're ensuring that facilities are complying with rules and regulations. Are they reporting to us the proper quantities? Are they storing those chemicals in an appropriate manner? So up on the screen there is a picture. We were just last year, one of our compliance checks was at the paper mill in Baltimore. A very cool facility if you ever get the chance to go check that out. But we involved those local responders. So you can see there in the photo, we had Basel Fire with us. So we'll bring them out when the LEPC goes out for those inspections to ensure that the first responders are meeting with those entities in their community that pose a higher risk. We're thankful that most of them all do that without us, but we always try to tie them in when we can. And while we're out there, we do a hazard analysis. So that's that document on the left. So again, we're asking them questions. Where's it stored? Maximum quantity of the substance that you have on site at a given time. This map here shows all of the spills that we have had in Fairfield County since we started reporting as an emergency management office dating back to 1998. So lots of different spills we encountered. Some of them, I would say the vast majority of them are going to be transportation related. Some of them could be transformers back in the day when they used a certain type of chemical in those transformers. But we've seen a lot. And it's kind of cool to see it all mapped out. Training. So that's one of the most probably active parts of the LEPC. So through the LEPC, each facility pays an annual filing fee. A portion of that fee for each facility gets passed down from the state to the LEPC, and we use those funds to support hazmat training for our first responders. So just a couple different photos up there of our first responders during training. That one in the hazmat suit is a fantastic exercise. If anyone ever wants to come down, we'll put you in that photo. They're doing a communication drill. So that firefighters in an FTPA in a fully encapsulated suit, and they're talking between their radios back and forth, and they're trying to build Legos and see if they can instruct each other to build the Legos a certain way. It's a fun team building exercise, but also ensures that we're providing clear information through an air pack and a radio to build. So it's tough to do, but an important skill. The last one here, exercises. So you often probably hear us talk about, we had a hazmat exercise, we had an EOC exercise, and yes, we do those for John and I for fun because we enjoy exercises. But we're also required through the LEPC in the state to perform those exercises. The exercises, whether it be a tabletop, a functional exercise, or a full-scale exercise, are all evaluated by the state of Ohio. So just last month, we finished our EOC functional exercise where we brought in most of these representatives of the group, from the auditor's office, the engineer's office. They all come together to the county EOC, and we run through a scenario. The state evaluates how we do on that scenario, and thankfully we've passed every year since I've been here, and that I know of. But we're fortunate for their buy-in. But without that regulatory requirement, a lot of counties probably wouldn't do as many exercises as they should. That's all I have on LPC questions.
Mr. Davis, I don't have questions. I appreciate you and your work. Thank you. So my question is there ever been a really bad chemical leak, spill, anything like that in Fairfield County?
Yeah, there's been a few, I don't get you, John, not since I've been here in the last 5 years. But we've had a chlorine leak at the water plant here in Lancaster, an anhydrous leak at a refrigeration facility in Baltimore was a pretty good one for us. But thankfully,
I'd say most recently and most prevalent has been lithium ion battery, which really could be a huge incident at any given time for us. For the case.
If you go way back, I think it was in the 90s, it was the tire fire.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of those. We're starting to not trend in those type of facilities, but there's one happening right now.
Tire fire. How do you say it? Oh, tire fire. If you got a chew in, yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with John. The up and coming hazard that we're seeing, and especially here in Fairfield County, would be some sort of a battery fire with that smoke and fallout.
All right. Thank you for your presentation.
Appreciate it for your time.
Appreciate your work. All right, this is time we set aside for public comments. If anyone would like to address the commission, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address, and give us your best 3 minutes. Good afternoon, Sherry.
Sorry.
Well,
Do less than 3 minutes. How about that?
how about that?
That'll be a first. Sherry Pimer, 3464 South Bank Road, Millersport, Walnut Township. Just to keep you up on to date as to what Citizens for Fairfield is doing right now. As you know, the Ohio Power Siting Board denied our rehearing on October 16th, and we have 60 days to file to the Supreme Court. And so we have been in the process for the last 11 days raising those funds, and we're close to doing so. So within another week, we anticipate that we'll have the funds raised for the Supreme Court, and it'll be filed by sometime in the middle of December.
All right.
So the fight goes on.
Thank you for the update. Anyone else like to address the commission this afternoon? All right, well, we thank you all for being here. County administration update, Ani. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
I didn't get the chance to say I have nothing to say. No legal update today.
Okay, sorry I skipped you. Ani.
Thank you. I do have something to say. All right, so November 11th, 2025, we will not have a commission meeting. That is actually Veterans Day, and all county offices will be closed as well. Highlights of resolutions. The review packet does contain a list of administrative approvals, and there are 21 resolutions on the agenda for the regular voting meeting today. First resolution on the agenda establishes the 2026 commission meeting dates. There are 53 meetings scheduled, including 4 evening meetings, which will take place at 6 p.m. throughout the county. The 2026 holiday schedule is also on the agenda for the commissioner's approval. There's a resolution for a change order with Gut Neck Construction for the Workforce Center. John? Right.
The majority of that change order is to put additional fire alarm components in the rooftop HVAC that was replaced last year. Code requirement.
Thank you. Family and Children First Council has a resolution to identify responsibilities and membership of the executive committee. This also appoints the chair and vice chair of that group. This will be for the remainder of this year. We'll see the same resolution at the beginning of next year when they do change over their chair and vice chair. It also formally adopts the bylaws of council. So the commissioners are the administrative agent for council. And this allows for these appointments to take place within the executive committee. Appreciate the work of Tiffany and Heather, as well as Stephen from the prosecutor's office to get us to this point. We've been working on this and sorting this out for a bit of time now, but I think it does have us on a clear path for how we're operating and going forward. And any questions on that? All right. Tiffany, you want to add anything there?
Not at all. I just want to reiterate thanks to Stephen and to Ani for all their help to us on this.
Prosecutor's Office has a resolution to approve an agreement for legal services between the commissioners, the Fairfield County Prosecuting Attorney, and the Park District Board. Want to add to that one?
Yes, that was. Sorry about that. That is our standard representation contract with the Park District. We're happy to continue that relationship, and it's a 3-year agreement.
I know they're appreciative as well. RPC has a resolution to approve a bid award to Snyder Recreation, Inc. for the CDBG 2024 Fairfield Beach Park Improvements Project. Josh?
Yeah, this is part of the 2024 package. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you. All right, budget review.
We will be updating the budget here very soon with any changes that were determined over the budget hearings. So more to come on that. And we did receive sales tax, which came in, preliminary sales tax, which came in lower than we anticipated. So more updates on that as we get more details associated with that sales tax.
Thank you. Rochelle, calendar review and invitations received, please.
Thanks. So the generative AI hands-on workshop is October 30th at 9 a.m. at JFS. The Bremen Area Chamber of Commerce sent an invitation for their annual meeting on November 13th at 6:30 p.m. at the Bremen Community Methodist Church. Commissioners received the following correspondence. Brandon Meyer sent a letter of appreciation for a presentation given by Abby Watson. Community Action sent a letter stating their intent to submit an application for the 2026-2027 Community Services Block Grant. A notice of furnishing was received from ONCS Credit. The Ohio Public Utilities Commission sent notice of a journal entry for case number 24881 ELBGN. The Lancaster High School Cross Country Program sent a thank you card. Deanna Tobin of the Senior Hub sent a letter regarding senior services levies, and she also forwarded a letter from the Ohio Association of Senior Centers. That's it.
Thanks, Rochelle. That's all, Commissioner.
All right, thank you. Updates from elected officials and department heads. Josh, you got anything else you want to talk about? Right. Garrett, you want to give us an update on United Way?
Another good week as far as campaign goes. We're sitting right under 500,000 at the moment, so well on our way. We got most of the county packets back in, so thank you to all of you that helped make that happen. The commissioners for your support. Another thing that our CEO Melissa wanted me to mention and just kind of put in everybody's heads is that just had a couple meetings lately with United Way Worldwide and another coalition of Ohio nonprofits, and starting to focus more on folks that fall into the ALICE category, which is basically folks that are employed but still can't, meet the needs that they have with their children, or they can't afford housing even though they are working. So coming from the top down, there might be more of a shift towards focusing on that demographic than where we currently are, which is mainly focusing on unemployed people. So nothing solid is happening yet, but that's might be in the works.
Thank you for the update. Tiffany?
We just had our Plan of Safe Care training. Plan of Safe Care is a document that mandated reporters have to fill out if they come in contact with a pregnant woman whose fetus had come in contact with harmful substances. And we had a really good turnout. We had 66 people there at the Ag Center, and we're hoping that this helps those mothers get that services they need sooner so that babies can remain safe and healthy. Other than that, the only thing I have to share is that our annual meeting is November 20th at 8:30, if anybody would like to attend.
Thank you. Jeremiah,
So as Commissioner Fix mentioned, we were at the 40-minute ring meeting today, where when they actually got up there and presented the projects going on, they're all in the 20-minute ring.
but we did talk about our projects.
Yes, you did a very good job. Appreciate that. Other than that, we're transitioning from construction and getting ready for winter. So that's what's going on with us. And the salt barn is just about full. Thank you.
Third.
Thank you for letting me fill in for Dr. Brown today. She was called away for a presentation up in Columbus, but a couple of notes I have to pass on. The finance department within the auditor's office is gearing up for the Making Numbers Count conference tomorrow. And I know there's a good turnout expected for that. We're appreciative of that. We continue to hear positive feedback on the new lot split program and also the internal feedback we're receiving from the DocLink tools that are presented. As far as the lot split program, we continue to work on that. We're actually working through our upgrade to version 2 currently, which we're excited about. Believe it or not, we're actually planning on version 3 updates already for next year. So good things are happening with that program. Carrie was presented with Association of Government Accounts conference last week. We'll be presenting at the LGS and GFOA conference in November. Also, there's a press release that just was pushed out about the auditor receiving the Ohio University Community Partner Award, which was presented out in Athens this past week. I believe there was a notification sent to the Commissioner's office also about the article that a lot of people are hearing about with the legislative changes trying to measures to cap the unvoted millage that is out there for taxes. We're staying up to date and understanding the legislative changes that are being proposed and made. We believe that some of these will be credits on the property bills to be coming. Those have not been fully approved yet. We're still waiting to hear the direction from the Ohio Department of Taxation before we are able to take any action at all on that. Seems like the most recent measures to cap the increases to the unvoted millage to the inflationary rate. So that's what it looks like it's going to be happening, but we are still not quite sure yet.
So for those of you who don't know, Dave Burguy is like the primary map room guy in all of Ohio. And we're lucky to have him on our team. He doesn't love it when I do this, but Dave, you're very much appreciated. And thank you for being here today to provide that update.
Welcome. Since you said the map, I was happy to see Garrett showing some ArcGIS maps on his presentation. That was cool.
Thanks for being here. Big Zabrak.
Hot off the press. We got a dollar figure. Not yet. So we partnered with the Educational Service Center to apply for a Drive to Succeed grant for driver's ed. So the driver's ed law changed, and if you're under the age of 21, used to be under 18. Now, if you're under 21, you need to get driver's ed, go through driver's ed to get your driver's license. And we are one of 4 entities across the state. $6 billion was divvied up to receive this award. Now we will work with ESC, and it serves like a quarter of the state, but it's good for us to have it here and have that control to help, remove a major barrier for workforce. So
Good.
It's a big win, and good to be recognized from the state that it's something.
It's good work. Now, coaches, how do you follow that?
I think you've heard enough from us today.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you drive by the workforce center, just take a look. It looks.
It does look cool.
Yes.
By it not too long ago. The outside looks pretty good.
You'll see it soon on the inside.
Cool. So you did have an update. All right.
I think most have heard about the impact of the federal government shutdown on SNAP benefits. They are impacted for November, will be at least delayed until there is a resolution from the federal level. And I just wanted to share that in Fairfield County, that is 7,500 households that receive SNAP benefits and approximately $1.5 million a month in SNAP benefits in Fairfield County.
So those people will be turning to the food pantry soon, right? And I know I've been getting, notes from our local food pantries up in Pickerington, but they're all racing for the tidal wave of new people coming. Yeah. Okay.
I would say, from a business standpoint, I mean, there's a good chunk of revenue that comes from SNAP spending in our grocery stores, especially ones more in the rural areas. They're really businesses. The pantry's great. We want to be able to feed people, but at the same time, there is an impact on the business.
Well, yeah, and it's. Yep.
And the food pantries aren't set up for that kind of volume.
Okay. Fun times. Jeff?
Open enrollment for 2026 begins next Monday, November 3rd, and will go through November 10th. So we encourage all county employees to get on their elections for 2026.
Dave and I missed a gold memo that you and Bonnie and Corey had going on.
Get a family photo later.
All right. Good. Oh, there he is. I knew I was looking over my shoulder for a reason. Hi, Dan. You have an update?
The only update from IT is that we are nearing the end of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which is the month of October. And I will be communicating with some soon about whether or not how I can help them get completed their cybersecurity training, which is extremely important and effective this year. It is now a state Ohio Revised Code law mandate that we are accomplishing that with all of our staff. So
We were ahead of that.
yes, we've been doing it for many years.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Full business, Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, if I might, at some of the budget hearings this morning, Commissioner Levacy and I had an opportunity to touch base on an issue, and I just wanted to bring it up this meeting as well. As folks know, this past season was very rough for the Lancaster Festival with the flood and the concerts getting blown out, and the recovery effort is underway. I know there's been confusion in the public there about the festival's access to substantial disaster relief dollars. They're not eligible for that, but what they are eligible for is an SBA disaster loan, which will perhaps be helpful in getting them as a bridge to the future. Problem is, they've just got an email saying that the SBA loan will not be acted upon anytime soon because of the government shutdown, which creates a gap situation. I think it would be a good idea for the commissioners to ask staff to prepare a 2.25% loan, interest-free to the festival, call it a year's term, MOU. And we would become the bridge, and we'd get taken out by perhaps the SBA loan if it ever gets approved and the government opens up, or by the donors in the campaigns to follow. But I would like for us to
support that,
get that rolling and have a resolution as soon as Mr. Porter and the prosecutor's office suggest we could. The Jeff Spangler with Dagger is the chairperson, I think, and in any event, kind of their lawyer, if you will, in some way. But I would be appreciative if that could be worked out.
Yeah, support that as well.
I appreciate your support on that, Commissioner. Does anybody need additional direction from the commissioners to facilitate what I just said? No. Good. Thank you. Oh, and I asked Deb to be here today, and then I said it all.
I just want to say how much, on behalf of the festival, we are appreciative of the support. unprecedented event that we hope we never see again, but we are doing everything we can to responsibly get ourselves back on that concert site and for the community.
We appreciate you holding it all together.
We're trying.
I know it's not what you signed up for.
I'm learning all kinds of new skills. That's the way I like to look at it.
Well, thank you for what you do. For my old business, so the Central Ohio Housing Coalition that Mayor Ginther initiated that I've been participating in had a really good meeting with the Columbus Partnership last week to try to start putting some foundation to it and feel like we're moving in the right direction with that. Also had an opportunity to meet with the legal representation of Greenfield Township, the City of Lancaster, our legal team last week to try to put some finishing touches on the CETA NCA agreements between Lancaster, City of Lancaster and Greenfield Township, which would be groundbreaking. So we're continuing to push that forward. New business, Commissioner Davis. I have no new business either, so we will proceed to our regular voting pattern. What?
Yeah, I don't want to vote. That would involve walking.
Y'all rise if you're able and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Rochelle, do we have any announcements?
There are no announcements.
Looking for a motion to the approval of the minutes of the October 21st meeting.
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Minutes past 2-0.
Looking for a motion for the approval of the budget hearing minutes on October 21st. Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Minutes past 2-0. From the Commissioners, Resolution 2025-10.28.a, a resolution authorizing the approval and establishment of the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners 2026 meeting dates.
I'll move Commissioners' resolutions A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. The Fairfield County Court of Common Pleas, Resolution 2025-10.28.h, a resolution authorizing acceptance of the Community Corrections Grant Agreement Addendum with ODRC for state fiscal years 2026 and 2027.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Engineer, Resolution 2025-10.28.i, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in a major expenditure object category County Engineer 2024 motor vehicle or equipment.
Move Engineers' resolutions I, J, and K.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. For the Fairfield County Facilities, Resolution 2025-10.28.l, a resolution for a change order number 2 to the contract with Gutneck Construction, Fairfield County Commissioners for the Workforce Center.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Family and Children First Council, Resolution 2025-10.28.m, a resolution to identify the responsibilities and membership of the Family and Children First Council Executive Committee.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Resolution 2025-10.28.n, a resolution authorizing the approval of a service agreement by and between Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Child Protective Services Division, and Christian Children's Home of Ohio.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Juvenile Probate Court, Resolution 2025-10.28.o, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in a major expenditure object category for Fairfield County Probate Court, Fund 2316.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Prosecutor, Resolution 2025-10.28.p. Resolution approving a fund-to-fund transfer from the prosecutor's local match allocation to Fund 2784.
Prosecutor resolutions P and Q. Second, discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Regional Planning Commission, Resolution 2025-10.28.r. A resolution to approve an award of bid to Snyder Recreation Incorporated for the CDBG PY 2024 Walnut Township Fairfield Beach Park improvements.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Treasurer, Resolution 2025-10.28.s. Resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in major expenditure object category Treasurer's Office Fund 2804 DTAC.
Move treasurer's resolutions S and T. Second, discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. Payment of bills, Resolution 2025-10.28.u. A resolution authorizing the approval of payment of invoices for departments that need Board of Commissioners approval.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. The next regular meeting is scheduled for November 4th at 9 a.m.
Is there any other business before the commission? We're about to go in recess until the 2:00 budget follow-up hearing. Thank you all for coming. We are in recess. Mayor.
Yeah.